Alrighty guys, welcome back to
looks like it right here. I think it's a Dodge Avenger. Said it won't shift or it barely shift. It's making a noise. I'm starting it up. Some type of whining noise. I don't know. Guys, I am reluctant. Yeah, check engine light on. I am reluctant to test drive this. Typically on a transmission problem, I would test drive them. Okay, I hear a slight little. Make sure it's not power steering. Be careful with whining noise. It could be coming from a lot of different areas. Okay, it could be the transmission. It could be the power steering. In fact, I did a video a while back explaining the difference between the two. Go check this video out, guys. That car was a van with a 62 TE. It was making a loud whining noise, but it was hard to distinguish. Was it power steering or transmission related? But I covered that in that video, so y'all go watch that video. Now on this one, due to the fact, ooh, y'all hear that? Oh no, yes, I'm not test driving this one, guys. I do not want to end up stranded on the road and have to get a ride back. That has happened before. So now I am pretty much scarred. Okay, so it depends on, I analyze the complaint real well before I make a decision as far as test driving. Yes, transmission problems do need to be verified, do need to be test driven and figured out. But if it becomes a risk factor, then yes, I would be against it. So for now, I'm going straight into the shop, guys. All right, y'all ready? Let's get it, man. Whew. All right, guys, I made it in the shop. This thing is getting louder and louder, guys. Yes, I think I made the best decision by not test driving this car because I likely would have gotten stranded, guys. That's why I say gauge very importantly. Now, I'm a big fan of test drive, but it depends, guys. It depends on the complaint. Okay, a couple of things you need to verify. If you've been about to go test drive a car with transmission issue, at least try to take a peek at the fluid, see if it has any or not. The last thing you don't want to happen is to get stranded. Okay, so I'm here. The transmission is getting louder. Let me put this thing in park, leave it running. I have a check engine light on. I can almost imagine what the code is. I'm gonna take a stab at this P0944, guys. All right, for now, let's go under the hood and see what we got. Hey, has a 3.6 in it, guys. 3.6. If it has a 3.6, it almost has to have a 62 TE. Uh-oh. Y'all hear that? It's getting louder. That is a 62 TE. It is getting louder and louder, guys. I want to check this fluid. Let me grab my dipstick, guys. Whoa, it's getting louder. All right, I have my dipstick here. I want to put this down here and get a good whiff in a sense. It's getting louder and louder, guys. Oh no. Feel like it's about to blow. Let's find out if we got any fluid in it. And ladies and gentlemen, we have, ta-da, it's low. Woo! I just took a whiff of that, guys. That fluid is burnt. Guys, we have internal transmission problems. All right. That is not good, and that doesn't sound good at all. It can't do nothing to get louder and louder. It would have eventually stopped pulling had I test drove it. Okay. So, guys, I got some internal problems. What I'm going to do right now is go to the scan tool. So, let's turn this off and go head over to the scan tool, guys. All right. Stay tuned. All right, guys, here we go. As you can see, I have a yellow box lit in the PCM. Guys, keep in mind this car has no separate TCM, so all the TCM functions are done inside the PCM. And also a lightning bolt right there, but that's the least of our problem. Let's find out what this code is. Whoa, look at all the transmission codes, guys. Yep, this is what I predicted. P0944 stands for low hydraulic pump prime, meaning that transmission front pump is not doing its job. Whether it's starving for fluid, I don't know. It could very well be a clogged up transmission filter. It could be It could be a host of things. The best thing you can do is drop the pan and find out. Now, all these other codes, guys, will be set as a reflection of this P0944. So your main #1 code, in fact, I think they should prioritize these codes. P0944 is your #1 code. All right, it shouldn't even set any of these because they are a reflection of this. Yes, you will have an error ratio code in third. You will have an error ratio code in fourth if you're not getting the proper fluid flow. If the pump is not doing its job. So pretty much irrelevant. All of these are transmission codes. DC pressure switch rationality. Yes, all of these are. And now this is pretty much the dead giveaway on whether the problem is internal or not. P1790 fault immediately after shift. I was trained in school by engineers and teachers. That typically indicates internal problems. Now, where do you go from here, guys? Like I said, you have one or two choices. If it's your own personal car and you're looking for the cheapest way out, here's one thing you can try. All right, you can try. Keep in mind, I'm using the word try here. You can try to drop the pan and change the filter and the fluid. Now, I don't mean try to do the actual job, but you can try that as far as a repair. In my opinion, in fact, let's go back over to the car. All right, guys, yes, I'm back at the car. And yes, guys, like I was saying earlier, there is a couple of things you can try. Now, as far as the word, using the word fix, I'm not sure this will fix your problem. This may likely buy you some time. Yes, you can sometime, hear me out, sometime you can drop the pan and replace the filter and the fluid. Now, if you manage to squeak out, if you manage to gain some more time before actually replacing the trans, that is a good thing. But that's also an indication that your filter was clogged. Okay, yes, lack of maintenance, guys. The 62 TE, typically every between 50 and 60,000 miles, service that transmission. Okay, I didn't say flush. Okay, I'm not a big fan of flush. I highly recommend you service the transmission, meaning replace the filter and replace the fluid. Okay, so that is one thing you can try. I personally think it's had it. Okay, you're gonna need a front pump. Now, a lot of people won't even bother trying to repair after such an incident. Okay, they would simply replace with another unit. I happen to disagree. Depends on how much the repair bill come up to be. If this was my car, I would take the transmission out, replace the front pump, recondition the input clutch assembly. That's basically overhaul right there, and a torque converter. Okay, so it depends on, it becomes a cost factor thing. All right, you have to weigh your options. Will replacing the transmission with a new transmission be cost effective? Will that exceed the value of the car? Okay, those are all numbers you will have to crunch and find out what is the best option for you. All right, but for the most part, guys, because I'm at an establishment, I will have to give an estimate based on the employers. Okay, I have to protect the employer. Y'all know shops are lawsuit prone. Okay, so I can't give a reckless estimate and end up costing me and the employers end up costing, or it's too risky. Okay, they don't want us taking risks like that. So I will personally have to write up and because due to the mileage, they're not gonna let me do anything but a unit. Okay, replace the unit, whether it be used car or used transmission or new transmission. I have to write up a unit. But again, this is your own personal car and you're a DIY guy. You have options. Okay, now I want you to keep something in mind as far as used car. We do a lot of used transmission. That's what I'm trying to say. Used transmission. You got to be careful with those. Where those salvage yard places, they're getting those transmission out of wrecked cars. Okay, now you don't know the condition of those transmissions. You don't know if they had transmission codes in them or not. You're just getting a piece of hardware, a transmission. Okay, so if you do get one used, guys, I highly recommend right off the bat replace the filter and go in with new fluid, of course. But that's risky because you don't know what you're getting. Sure, people like to say, I want one with low miles. Even that's risky. Okay, so you just gotta, it's all a big risk. So just make the right call for yourself. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this video. That's all I have.